Hey, good evening. What's going on, folks? Welcome to another edition of Carolina Panthers Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Two. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. Just wanted to get on here and make a quick video to talk about something that came up that I wanted to mention. So, getting rumors. Two things. One, there's a rumor that the Cleveland Browns may either explore the idea of signing Cam Newton to come in, or Jimmy Garoppolo was given permission to seek a trade. So that could happen as well. And the other thing is that it's looking like the word is that Deshaun Watson may be getting suspended for at least 8 games this upcoming season. So let's talk about it a little bit. First, let's look at Jimmy Garoppolo. So, and I'll share the article to this. This article is from ESPN. But yeah, San Francisco 49ers give Jimmy Garoppolo's agents permission to seek a trade. So he has permission to seek a trade. And apparently he's also been cleared to start practicing as training camp is right around the corner. Now, according to this article, this says that the Niners are still expecting to exercise caution with Jimmy Garoppolo, which, is still recovering from surgery on his shoulder, his actual throwing shoulder, that is, which has delayed the idea of seeking out a trade. But being that it's now up in the air, and now he's been given permission to seek a trade, could it be possible that the Cleveland Browns consider bringing in a Jimmy Garoppolo? I don't know what they would be able to trade for to get him, but that's the only place that I can think of, especially if the Seattle Seahawks aren't going to try to trade for Jimmy Garoppolo, if, the Niners even allow that, being that they're in the same division. I don't know if that's necessarily smart, but I would think Seattle, who could still use a quarterback, because the idea of Geno Smith and Drew Lock, just, like I said, in my opinion, I just don't think is a very strong quarterback core for Seattle. But I could be wrong. But Jimmy Garoppolo is an option. And I'm hearing rumors that the Browns may consider signing and bringing on Cam Newton. Now, I will say this. If they're going to do that, then they should do that ASAP so that he can be ready for training camp. But here's the thing, y'all. I am afraid of the idea. I am so afraid of the idea of the Cleveland Browns getting Cameron Newton. I really, really don't want to see that happen. And the reason why, do y'all remember the last time a big name left from the Carolina Panthers, was let go, and went to another team, and we ended up facing said other team with said player? Y'all remember Mr. Steve Smith Sr., Agent 89, when we last played against the Baltimore Ravens when he was still playing? Do you remember what happened to us? Do you remember what happened to us? Yeah. As a matter of fact, let me pull it up because it was pretty embarrassing. Hold up. Let me pull this up. I gotta pull this up because it's very important that I stress. It's very important that I stress how serious this is. One moment. Where is it at? Where is it at? Yes, there it is. There it is. 2014 against the Carolina Panthers, in which the Baltimore Ravens won by a score of 38-10 at home. And not only that, Mr. Steve Smith Sr., my all-time favorite Carolina Panther, favorite wide receiver, had 7 catches, 139 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Not to mention, one of those was a 61-yarder. Yeah. I don't want to think about the idea of Cam Newton facing a former Carolina Panthers team. There's something about revenge games. Now, I know folks want to be like, well, Cam Newton's washed up. Cam Newton's washed up. I'm trying to tell y'all. It's happened to us once before with Steve Smith. But that was a wide receiver. This is a quarterback. I don't care. How can we sit here and say, with us having Baker Mayfield and the idea of him starting week 1 against his former team, the Cleveland Browns, and lighting it up, how do we know the same couldn't happen, could or couldn't happen, if the Browns were to get Cam Newton on a rental and Cam Newton plays week 1 against his former team? It's not impossible, y'all. It's not impossible. And if anything, I would hate to see the former MVP light it up against the Panthers and cause us to lose the opening game. I'm just saying. It's a rumor right now. I get that. It's a rumor right now. But it's not impossible. Cam Newton is still available. And I really don't know if the Browns seriously want to bank on Jacoby Brissett. It's hard. It's hard. Don't get me wrong. I know he's an NC State guy. But I just find it really hard for them to want to bank on Jacoby Brissett. Now, I understand he's been a starter before, especially with the Colts. I get it. But I just... 2019, I feel like, was his best year. But, I mean, it's a couple of years ago. So, I just really... I don't know. I don't know if that's really somebody Cleveland would want to bank on. But, I mean, it's possible. It's possible. But anything can happen. The way I see it is anything can happen. I just don't feel like Jacoby Brissett gives them the best opportunity to win. But, I mean, they still got weapons on offense. But I would rather deal with Jacoby Brissett than deal with Cam Newton on the opposite side against us, making us eat our words. I'm just saying. I'd rather deal with Deshaun Watson. And Carolina defense has actually beaten Deshaun Watson before when he was with the Texans. So that's my overall take of things. But I really am curious to see what might happen with this whole Jimmy Garoppolo situation now that he's been given permission to seek a trade. And a rumor going around that Cam Newton may be considered for a rental for the Cleveland Browns. Because the idea is supposedly Deshaun Watson will be facing a suspension of at least 8 games. Still nothing official yet, but I think it's safe to say, according to a lot of talks, that it's going to serve some form of suspension. But also hearing that if it comes down to that he's going to sue the NFL. So we'll have to see how that goes, but I have a feeling that he's going to at least be suspended some games. And even if whether it's a big number of games or a small number of games, fact of the matter is, I do not see Deshaun Watson as a starter week 1 against the Panthers. I don't see it. I don't see it. But ultimately, if it comes down to that, fine. If it comes down to Jacoby Brissett, fine. Any entertaining of Cam Newton to the Browns or any team that we have to face, I don't want to see it. I love Cam Newton. Best quarterback in Panthers franchise history. But I'd rather not be on the opposite side. I'd rather not be on the opposite side, having to deal with Cam Newton. We already saw what Steve Smith did to us. I don't want to deal with that at the hands of a quarterback that was a former MVP on our team. Maybe a lot of other fans feel different, but I'm sorry. 38-10, Steve Smith had his way with the Carolina Panthers defense back in 2014. Let's not kid ourselves. And Cam Newton's going to play with that type of fire and passion. Say what you want about him being washed. I mean, is he 2015 Cam? No. Is he 2018 Cam? Probably not, but I'm telling you, revenge games are no joke. Revenge games are no joke. I don't care how big or small profile the teams are. I do not take them lightly. And this is one that I won't take lightly if some way, somehow, Cleveland does land Cam Newton and he plays week 1. I'm just saying. I mean, with the whole idea of Baker Mayfield starting for Carolina going against his former team, I mean, we have that same energy, or at least some have that energy Don't think that it can't be used against you. The shoe is on the opposite foot, and it happened with Cleveland. I'm just saying. Not saying that it's going to happen, but it's not impossible. That's all I'm saying. It's not impossible. But take it with a grain of salt, because these are rumors. That's all I can say. Anyway, that's pretty much all that I have. Let me know what y'all's thoughts are. Jimmy Garoppolo, do you think he stays a 49er? Or do you think he does end up getting traded? Because one way or another, it's going to end up being either Garoppolo as the starter or Trey Lance. Also have to look at the idea, is Seattle cool with what they're rolling with in a Drew Lock and Geno Smith? What would it take for the Browns to possibly get Jimmy Garoppolo if they even want to entertain the idea if they're not confident in Jacoby Brissett? Could the rumors about Cam Newton end up becoming a reality? I don't know, but I don't want to find out that ends up being a yes. I do not want to find that out. And as far as Deshaun Watson, I mean, like I said, whether he's suspended 8 games, 6 games, however many number of games, I have a feeling that he won't be playing week 1. Crazy things have happened, but I think it's leaning heavily towards no Deshaun Watson week 1. So, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But anyway, let me know what y'all's thoughts are. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell while you're at it, and thank you so much for watching. This has been another Carolina Panthers Talk brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Jason Ingram. Hope everybody has a blessed day tomorrow, and I will see you on the next video. Peace out.